Welcome to Trending Now USA. I'm Bella, and today we are diving deep into a story that has electrified the tennis world. A story of grit, passion, and an unbelievable comeback that left fans across the globe speechless. Eala, the young tennis prodigy from the Philippines, has once again stunned the sporting community with a performance that can only be described as legendary. Her latest match wasn't just another victory, it was a battle of willpower, endurance, and the sheer spirit of an athlete who refuses to quit. The setting was charged from the moment Eala stepped onto the court. Fans had gathered expecting a strong match, but no one could have predicted the drama, intensity, and emotion that would unfold. Eala faced one of the toughest opponents of her career, a top-seeded player known for precision and consistency. Many analysts had written Eala off early, citing her recent injuries and lack of match play. But what followed turned into one of the most inspiring displays of determination in modern tennis. From the very first serve, it was clear that Eala wasn't just playing to compete, she was playing to win. Her eyes were focused, her movements sharp, and her energy contagious. The crowd could feel something different in the air. Even as she dropped the first set 2-6, there was no sign of panic. Instead, she reset her mind, adjusted her strategy, and came back to the baseline with a fierce determination that stunned even her opponent. Commentators began to sense the shift. The tone of the match changed. Eala's backhand started to land deeper, her forehand whipped across the court with a new level of confidence. The rallies grew longer, more tactical, more thrilling. And with every point she won, the fans grew louder, the atmosphere thicker. It was as if the entire stadium was feeding off her energy, pulling her forward through sheer will. Midway through the second set, she found herself in trouble again, down 3-5 and facing double match point. But that's when the magic began. Eala, breathing deeply, stared down her opponent and unleashed 3 consecutive winners, a forehand down the line, a perfect drop shot, and a blistering serve that clipped the line. The crowd erupted. Suddenly, she was alive again. What looked like the end turned into the spark of an extraordinary comeback. By the time she forced the set into a tiebreak, the stadium was roaring. Her opponent, clearly shaken, began to miss easy shots. Eala's confidence soared. She danced on the baseline, controlling the rhythm of every rally. And when she sealed the set with an ace, her roar of victory echoed across the arena, a primal scream that said, "I'm not done yet." The final set was pure theater. Every point was a story. Every rally was a test of heart. Eala's parents, sitting courtside, could hardly watch. Her coach was on his feet, motioning for her to stay calm, to stay focused. But the truth is, Eala didn't need reminders. She was in the zone, that elusive place where time slows down, instincts take over, and everything clicks. She broke serve early in the third set, but her opponent immediately broke back. Momentum swung like a pendulum, back and forth. Each game stretched longer, each point more intense. Fans held their breath as Eala fought off break points, diving for volleys, sprinting across the baseline like her life depended on it. The commentators could barely keep up, their voices rising with every rally. "This is unbelievable. Eala refuses to go away." At 5-5 in the final set, exhaustion began to show on both sides. Sweat dripped, hands trembled, legs wobbled. But Eala's spirit never faltered. She smiled through the pain, wiped her brow, and lined up for the serve that could change everything. The next few minutes felt eternal. She played with courage, mixing power and finesse. And then, on championship point, she unleashed a cross-court forehand that kissed the sideline. Out of reach, unstoppable, perfect. The stadium exploded. Eala dropped her racket and fell to her knees, tears streaming down her face. Her comeback was complete. Against all odds, she had pulled off one of the most extraordinary victories in her career, and perhaps in the history of women's tennis. Cameras flashed, commentators gasped, and social media erupted with hashtags celebrating her resilience. Within minutes, clips of her winning shot went viral, racking up millions of views on YouTube and TikTok. Backstage, Eala remained humble. In her post-match interview, she smiled shyly and said, "I just wanted to fight. I told myself not to give up, no matter how bad it looked. This win means everything." Her humility melted hearts. For fans who have followed her journey from her junior years to the professional circuit, this was a moment of triumph years in the making. Experts immediately began drawing comparisons to some of the greatest comebacks in tennis history: Serena Williams' 2012 Olympic run, Maria Sharapova's early Grand Slam heroics, even Novak Djokovic's five-set thrillers. But Eala's win had something unique. It was a symbol of Southeast Asian pride, a moment that showed the world that talent knows no boundaries and that heart and hard work can overcome even the steepest odds. Across Manila, Cebu, and Davao, fans celebrated into the night. Screens lit up in public plazas, sports bars erupted in cheers, and messages of congratulations flooded her social media accounts. Even the president's office issued a statement praising her resilience and representing the Philippines with honor. Meanwhile, tennis legends around the world took to Twitter and Instagram to salute her. Billie Jean King tweeted, "Alex Eala embodies the spirit of true champions. What a match." Coco Gauff commented, "Unreal performance from Alex tonight. Total respect." The global tennis community was united in awe. Sponsors began lining up. Within hours, reports surfaced that major sports brands were interested in signing her for new endorsement deals. Her management team confirmed discussions, but emphasized that Eala's focus remains solely on her game. Her coach, during a press conference, noted, "She's only getting started. This is just the beginning of something very special." Beyond the scoreline, this victory was about more than tennis. It was about representation, perseverance, and breaking barriers. Alex Eala has become an icon not just for her country, but for young athletes everywhere who dream of standing on the world stage. She has shown that success doesn't come from comfort. It comes from fighting through the impossible. The morning after the match, sports headlines were dominated by her name. Eala's miracle match. Filipina phenom stuns tennis world. You won't believe this comeback. The headlines said it all. YouTube reels of her match highlights trended globally. Fans couldn't stop replaying that final point, that victorious scream, that emotional embrace with her coach. In an age when attention spans are short and stories come and go, Eala's triumph stood out because it touched something deeper. It reminded people why they love sports, not for the trophies or the fame, but for those rare moments when human willpower defies logic. When an athlete refuses to lose. When belief alone turns defeat into victory. Eala's journey to this moment hasn't been easy. From early mornings on the practice court to grueling travel schedules, injuries, and the mental strain of constant competition, she's endured it all. She left home at a young age to train abroad, missing birthdays, family gatherings, and the normal comforts of teenage life. Yet she never complained. She trained. She studied. She believed. And now, that belief has paid off in spectacular fashion. Her family, always her biggest supporters, were emotional during post-match interviews. Her mother said, "We've seen her grow through so much pain and discipline. Seeing her smile today, it's all worth it." Her brother, also a tennis player, posted on Instagram, "8, you did it. You made us all proud." The win also has major implications for her career ranking. With this victory, Eala is projected to break into the top 60, a historic milestone for a Filipina player. It opens doors to more main draw entries at major tournaments, including the upcoming Australian Open and Indian Wells. Tennis pundits are already calling her the future of Asian women's tennis. But for Eala, it's never about the labels. "I don't want to be just known as a player from Asia," she said. "I want to be known as one of the best in the world." That quiet confidence has always been her hallmark, a calm intensity that fuels her game without arrogance. As the episode wraps up, it's clear that Alex Eala's story is far from over. Her comeback has reignited excitement for women's tennis, bringing fresh energy and diversity to a global sport. She's inspired millions to chase their dreams, to fight when things seem impossible, and to believe in their own strength. So as fans replay that final moment again and again, the swing, The scream, the tears. They're not just watching a win. They're witnessing history. A chapter that will be remembered for years, not just by tennis fans, but by anyone who has ever needed a reminder that comebacks are always possible. Eala's stunning comeback wasn't just about tennis. It was about courage. It was about heart. And it was about proving that even when the world doubts you, you can still rise, stronger and louder than ever before. And that's all for today's feature. I'm Bella, and you've been watching Trending Now USA, where we bring you the stories that move, inspire, and shake the world of sports. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible stories like this one. Until next time, keep believing and keep cheering for greatness.